Hi again, Seth Fineberg on behalf of Ace Cloud Hosting. Another conversation I'd like to have with accountants is really on the three services that I feel that CPA firms should at least be considering outsourcing and why it makes the most business sense. Number one, IT infrastructure and cloud hosting. At this point, if you are doing all of that in-house, you should know, and no disrespect, that you are making things more difficult than they need to be. With all that is available in the managed service realm for you to be able to do in regards to your own IT infrastructure, looking elsewhere might be the way to go. CPA firms are not IT companies. We know this. But they handle, I would say, some of the most high risk and sensitive data out there. Managing servers, uptime, remote access, really, increases liability across the board. Outsourcing your IT now starts to shift the risk to specialists who pretty much do this 24/7, 365, who provide compliance-ready infrastructure and 24/7 support. So don't even need to think about it. Great example is hosting. If you still have some desktop products like QuickBooks Enterprise or some even some tax software, going to someone like an Ace Cloud, whether it is Ace Cloud or other resource that's out there that that offers managed services, that's really kind of where you need to be thinking these days. Such a provider has kind of specialized setup and dedicated team to help you manage all of your infrastructure on your behalf. So you pretty much have time to not have to hire full-time IT staff, or at least maybe even reimagine how your IT staff can work, and they're not necessarily having to do that for you. Number two, pretty similar, but definitely your cybersecurity in particular and compliance management. Cybersecurity really has moved from a kind of IT team or individual concern to more of a regulatory and insurance requirement. Perhaps some of you already in the tax world already have a WISP, it's a written information security plan, as a requirement from the IRS. But outside of that, most CPA firms tend to lack in-house security expertise. Yet they're, still again, they're the prime targets for ransomware, data breaches, on and on, real ugly stuff. Outsourcing these things like cybersecurity and compliance management, they again reduce your audit risk, protects client trust, helps firms meet insurer and regulator requirements and client security expectations. So what's outsourced there? Well, endpoint security for one, email security, vulnerability monitoring, incident response, and of course, WISP documentation, as I mentioned before, and as well as compliance reporting. Number three, marketing and lead gen. Now, I know this is maybe not something that you're thinking as a high priority, but I'm telling you to consider outsourcing that is definitely something that should be on your radar once things, maybe even start to calm down a little bit. Marketing really requires, consistent effort, specialized skills, data analytics even. Most CPA firms rely on referrals, or maybe, someone is already wearing a couple of hats inside of your firm, but they struggle to build, predictable growth engines internally. Outsourcing this will create steady lead flow for you, strengthens your niche positioning. If you have one, if you're digging into one, highly recommend outsourcing that. It frees partners and staff time from having to do sales and marketing, and also things like website management, SEO, things you might not necessarily specialize in or have people who do specialize in, content marketing, email campaigns, CRM automation, the works. So outsourcing these three things, again, IT infrastructure and cloud hosting, cybersecurity compliance management, marketing, and lead gen. Those are my top three services that I think CPA firm leaders and firms, accounting firms across the board should consider outsourcing as the year progresses and going forward. Thank you.